Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. We have an awesome one for you today. This is a ladder beater. This is what I use to get the Mythic. This is Abzan Lifegain. Ended up going 20 and 3, 87% win rate with this. Kind of crazy. I've used this deck actually a couple times to get to Mythic, and this is just awesome. This is, my opinion, the best Lifegain variant in best of one arena. The whole idea is you're going to be gaining a ton of life, growing creatures, and there's some little tricks in there with like a Lunar Convocation and Starscape Cleric to help you win. You start with Aunt May, Case of the Uneaten Feast, Sanctifier, and Emissary. These are going to be your keys to just gain a bunch of life because you get these down early. You got things like Essence Channeler, Cutting Edge, you have the Feline Fury, and then also Amalia. All of those will just grow with every time you gain life. They're just going to grow, which is the whole idea of the deck. You also have Guided by Light to help with card draw. This is another one that has a similar effect that allows you to gain life as everything comes into play. You're going to be just kind of going off like crazy, growing your creatures. And the key thing is, if you can get 5 life gain, you also turn on Case of the Uneaten Feast, you solve it. Which means if they manage to destroy your creatures, sweep them, you can just sacrifice this and then cast all the cards from your graveyard and just basically be back where you were. The really sneaky tech in this deck is this Lunar Convocation. This is an awesome spell in here. It allows you to, if you gain life the turn, your opponent loses 1 life. So it's a nice little ping to get a last bit of damage in. But at the beginning of your end step, if you gained and lost life this turn, you create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying, which you can lose life by using its ability to pay 2 life and draw a card, or you can tap a starting town to lose life. You can cast many of your tap lands or your ping or shock lands, I should say, and lose life that way. So you got a lot of different ways to lose life. You got a lot of different ways to gain life. And remember, every time that bat drops, you're going to gain even more life that you have going on with everything. And that is just kind of an awesome ability. The other thing we want to kind of talk about is Starscape Cleric. If you have like 3 of your life gain for every time a creature drops and you manage to pay the offspring on this thing, it is going to do a ton of damage. And just be aware that this just wins the game outright if you can cast this with its offspring a lot of times, if you have enough of these guys in play. But what a strong deck. We went 20 and 3. Can't argue with that. Please, if you could, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let's get into the gameplay. All right, we go first. This is a pretty good hand, actually, because we could really ramp out the life gain, and we have something to help pump for it. Let's keep this. We'll get our case out first. Pay 2. We'll get both of these out. We really want to get this above 5 as fast as possible to help us cast stuff. Ooh, that's pretty good. Let's pay 2 here. Oh, we should have done this first. Too many lands, but that's okay. Man. Thankfully, we explored all that. We did get that up 5, which is fantastic. We do need to find something here, like another creature. All right, GG. All right, we go first here again. We'll start with the case. I think we'll go into the channeler next. Let's keep it. What's nice is we can ping ourselves to give the channeler flying if needed. Duress doesn't really matter here. Ooh, got another one of those. Still think it's best just to get the channeler down here. There's a good chance this dies to removal, though. We'll be able to draw a card if we get Guided by Light down. Let's see what they do. Ooh, they're heisting. Okay. That one doesn't bother me that much. Let's get this one out. We'll warp this in. Something to be said about getting this out just in case they kill the channeler. Because now we lose the counters because this is leaving. We do get the card draw. But we can gain 5 life next turn, so we can always get this back unless they exile it. Yep, we thought that was coming. That's pretty good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do that as black. We'll pay 2. We'll get this out. And then we'll get the trigger here, so these are paid for. We'll keep that because I have a feeling if they have removal, they're going to go after this. Because we can cast this and this if they just kill this creature. Okay, we only have land in hand. So they basically just gave us a free... I guess that not a free card, but... That's fine. We weren't going to be able to cast it anyways, so... That's my turn. Ooh. We can get this thing to grow pretty crazy. Let's get this out. I'm a little nervous on a sweeper. So let's not go too deep here. Okay, they block there. I have a feeling we might be seeing a sweeper. Get a tapped land in. We didn't want to overcommit too much. We'll be able to get stuff from our yard with this, which is nice. Is that their third? It is. Well, now I kind of wish we would have done the Guided by Light. He's probably going to cast that. Oh no, he didn't gift a card. Doesn't have any way to go. Can we kill him this turn? I think we might. Yeah, GG. All right, we go first. Let's keep it. let's get the temple down. Probably end up taking less damage that way. We'll get Aunt May and Sanctifier down next turn. They're going to end up killing one of them, I'm guessing. Hoping we find a 1-drop for next turn. Otherwise, we'll probably just Channeler. Ooh, but rude. They do get the discard here. That's a nice one to discard. No block on that. Well, let's get this out. We'll attack in with this. Down to 19. We still won't block this because they can get multiple things discarded. Okay, they hex that. Let's put them on here. Because I have a feeling they're going to kill that one. Well, we got rid of a lot of removal out of their hand. Let's go with white. We can flash this other one in. Just in case they try to kill the channeler or something. What rude? Okay. It's gonna be a 5/5. We're not gonna be able to grow this big enough. I mean, we could. Get this out. We could trade this and then put the counters on something else. I don't really want to put the counters on that. I want to diversify a little bit. That's a fantastic one. Down to 7. We unfortunately don't have this solved yet, but we will next. Sure. No, we won't. Okay. That's why we didn't put the counters on that. It was the only one with trample, though, so we'll be able to block these. Let's just get this out. We'll pay the full. We could have played the trick with the warp, but I think it's important to have another attacker next turn. We want that, but we all have in our yard. That's probably pretty good. But we don't have anything to trigger it, so we're going to toss that. That's really good. We don't have 5 mana, though. So you gonna discard? He is? Okay. Down to 2. Hopefully we draw a land and then we can just drop this and win. This is such an insane card when you have multiple life gain on the board like this. Okay. It's not going to do it. Yep. A little more damage to us. You're going to get close. You can do 2 more. Then we got a block. GG. All right, let's keep this case. Do this into this. We might even get Lunar down early because they're going to hold up anything. Okay, they don't. We could do Emissary. Yeah, let's go with pay 2 life. We'll get these 2. This might stop them from attacking. Doesn't. We trade that? I think we're good. Oh, we should have traded. Regrets. Do that. We can get this down. Channeler down. Double trigger. We can get the Lunar down next turn. Hopefully draw something else to cast. We do have the blocker, which is nice. If he kills it, I guess we can throw it on Aunt May. Yeah. Let's split up. Okay. Well, give us a creature, and then we can get a bat down next turn, which would be nice. Well, we did not get our creature. Let's go for white. We'll get an extra card. We're taking damage by doing this, but we'll get an extra card here. Well, that's really good for them. Okay, well, that's pretty good. We gotta make sure we take damage. Fire up the Lunar. That's a pretty good one. And we fired up our case as well. So we can get all these down next turn if we wanted to. Yeah. You know what? We're actually going to hold that back. We'll block like that. Does he have another sweep? That's the third split up in their top 12 cards. All right. Well, thought I had this solved. I guess it wasn't until the end. Shoot. Well, let's draw. Okay, we can... warp this in. Yeah, this isn't solved unless you do the life gain before the end of the turn. It's not the one we want. I feel like it's too late now to solve it. That's a pretty good one. Okay. Interesting. Get this out. Well, they ended our turn, didn't they? You didn't get to gain any life. All right. No attacks. End turn. We'll block the pack beast. He's probably going to fire it up anyways just because of innocence. We can Tigra, which is nice. Another pack beast. I'll definitely attack him. No, he doesn't. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have Tigra'd when Voice of Victory hit because we can't cast it now. Could have also drew there if I wanted to. Another case is pretty good. Put this one down. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Let's get Channeler down into Guided by Light. We'll attack in with both of these. These are all solved now, which is nice. Okay, Voice is not going to do it. We can just attack him with the Channeler next turn and win the game. They're going to do an all-out attack here. They can only draw one a turn, right? Yeah. Alright. Turn. Yep. GG. Alright, we'll try this one. We were hoping we had another pump, but I guess we can hope we get that in the future. We'll keep it. probably want to get this down, go into Channeler. We'll pause this for a sec. Alright, let's go. We can get a shoot down early emissary out. Okay, again, get the channeler out. We are looking for another 1-drop life gain creature, or gain a life every time a creature drops. Especially for turn 3 here. Our graveyard deck. Not the worst of hits. That's one of the worst draws we could have just done. I guess we'll do this again. We can always make them flying if we have to get in with them. Using the starting town. Okay, town breeder. Okay, we really need our drop here to gain some life. Oh, there it is. Let's go with here. We'll drop this. Triggers. We'll get our trampler out here. Mistakes were made. This was supposed to be the damage, and we would have won. We would have been 1 off anyways. All right, GG. All right, we go first. This is a pretty good one. Keep it. We'll get that out first. I think we might go for the card draw. Well, they're going to kill our card draw. This out. Go for the card draw here. Probably gonna end up warping and then get Amalia down next turn. No attacks. That's pretty good too. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do it that way. Otherwise, this just gets 3. So we'll get this down first, then we'll get this. Holy Higher Claws. Alright. Could double block this. This is going to be 9 damage attacking in next turn. Let's double block this. That's a little unfortunate. I mean, that seemed kind of silly to attack in that. Let's pay 2 life. We'll get this down early. The double trigger there. That's a good one. And then, actually, if we go here, we can get Channeler and Amalia down next turn. Actually, we can't do Amalia because we already have one in play. No attacks. Should have done the Guided by light there. I mean, we're still going to be in really good shape here. We can do Chandler and a Guided by Light, and maybe we draw another 1-drop. We'll see. They might do shenanigans trying to get this thing dead. Oh, back here. Sanctifier. Okay, well, let's get this into play first. It's pretty good. And then let's get this warped. This deck's like mono red's worst nightmare. And we'll do green tapped. Alright, GG. Alright, opponent goes first on this one. I think we got a mulligan this actually. This is much better. Let's toss this. Get this out, get the enemy out. Probably get Chandler out. Gain a little life. Pump that up. No attacks. Be interesting to see what we draw next turn. Hopefully we do a 1-drop. One of our gain life creatures. Lightning strike. Interestingly, I get to put the counter there, so I have a block. Did not find it. We just get this out. Tapped. Attack. So we can lose life and gain life by casting both of these. Show off. Roll the bat next turn. The block. It's not this turn. Block. Unfortunate that this didn't get pumped. Get additional one, but I think it's important to do this. Black, pay 2 life. Lunar. Because these creatures are going to get pretty big. That May's good there. No attacks. We got blockers. We're going to gain quite a bit of life next turn with these two. We're going to block here. I don't know why I didn't block these. Seems kind of silly, but I guess they could have had some tricks. Yeah, Slag Storm would have killed this if we would have blocked. Let's drop this. Do white. Enter tapped. We can do this and do it. We get a bat too. Goes up to 5. I know it's going to go up to 6. We should be out of reach of most of their removal. That seems pretty good. Can't do damage to ourselves other than draw. Yeah, well, we're going to have to draw here. Don't really want to have to cast this, but we will if we will. Okay, we can get that out. That's a pretty good one. Get the starting town down. Back in here. We do get the card draw, which is nice. First lightning doesn't matter so much anymore. I guess they could hold it up and kill, like the Fury before it gets counters on it. Alright, GG. Alright, we go first. Let's keep this one. This seems pretty stellar. I'll get white down early for this. Green. Alright. Oh. This is pretty good. K2 life. Let's do this into this. Attack in, and then I think next turn is going to be pretty fun with all of these. We'll be able to do this as well as out of my light. Starting down. And then what's even better is we're going to be triggering this, so that if they do kill our creatures, we can get them back. Card draw. We'll be able to recast this next turn. Oh. All right. This seems like just a better card to get out. There'll be another creature that we can attack anyway. Let's get our tapped land. Let's attack in everything. That's what they want to do? Okay. I'm okay with this. They're going to have to do an awful lot with 5 or 6 mana here. At a minimum, they got to get rid of Tigra. All right, GG. All right, opponent goes first. Let's keep this. A lot going on this one. Fortunately, it looked like we're playing against a similar deck. I think we're going to just ramp out here. And hopefully we draw a land, untap. And we can get Channeler. Alright, no blocks. Oh, we should have blocked here. Well, here, pay 2 life. We can get Emissary. I probably should go Enchantment first, actually. No attacks. That did get fired up, which is nice. Okay, we gotta do this first, and then... Okay, when it flips, first strike haste, 4/3. Do you want to attack into it? No. We'll leave that on top. We can do... I guess the alternative, we could have pitched them and then recast it with this. You want to attack in? Yeah, we'll take the damage here. Gonna get this out. Just for the triggers. I should have been pitching these in the yard just to get all the creatures in the yard. We'll attack in. Down to 9. Okay. Not particularly worried. Turn. Okay, we get the Sanctifier down. Alright, GG. One goes first. This is actually a pretty good hand. We can do this as black. Keep. We're gonna actually get the May out. I might just get sneak in Leonardo. We'll see. Ooh, we have to use... We can do this. A2. We can get this. And then... sneak in Leonardo. That seems pretty good. And we could Aunt May into maybe a Lunar? Black, 8-2. Actually, maybe we just Aunt May into... this. That's pretty good too. The fact that they're blocking makes me a little nervous. And we still got a good amount of stuff going on here. Plus we have this fired up. Okay. Not too worried about that. Get this out. That's gonna set us up. We're gonna do this just for the card draw. Not to mention anything we can do. Oh, we got a land. That's good too. I think we set ourselves up pretty good here. Because we can get down Case, Channeler, and Sanctifier. And still trigger Convocation as well. He does have 3 mana open. We'll try to do it. Okay, I don't think he has anything. We'll get this, and then we'll get the Sanctifier. And we'll do that for the damage. That's a good one too. Yeah, this is probably where we should actually be pitching these in our yard. But we're definitely playing these wrong. Alright, there we go. GG. Super strong deck. Really loving this one. This is the one that I've gone to for the last couple ladder. Trying to get the mythics on the ladder, so this works really well. Lunar Convocation is like kind of the secret sauce to this deck. That and Starscape Cleric can just win out of nowhere, but Lunar helps you kind of come back and you can draw cards, you get your bat down, helps you trigger additional life gain. It gets those couple pings in for your opponent. Kind of does a little bit of everything for only 2 mana, which is really nice. But yeah, what a fun deck to play. I think this is the best life gain deck that there is in the format. So I highly suggest, if you're playing life gain, to give this one a whirl, because man, it did awesome for me. What did I end up with? This is 20-3, 87% win rate. Really kind of insane numbers. Don't expect to get that high, but that's a lot. That's a pretty large sample size for a stretch of games I played. So that is awesome. If you could, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a fantastic day.